Hello students, welcome to the lecture session on induction motor drive under module 4. Okay, so it is continued from the module 3. So this slide, as I put syllabus. Okay, so according to syllabus, these are the contents are there. Okay, once I will over you on the syllabus. Voltage source inverter, VSI control, cycloconverter, closed loop control, then variable frequency control from a current source, then current source control, current regulated voltage source inverter control, then speed control of single phase induction motor. Next bit is the synchronous motor drives. So under module 4 only it is synchronous motor drives. Here the syllabus content is operation from fixed frequency supply, starting synchronous motor variable speed drives, then variable frequency control of multiple synchronous motors. Okay, so this is the today's sequence of presentation. So today I am going to discuss the voltage source inverter VSI, cycloconverter control, and closed loop speed control. Okay, so the first bit is the voltage source inverter VSI. So voltage source inverter allows a variable frequency supply to be obtained from a DC supply. So the basically the inverter is it DC we are giving as an input and we are getting the AC supply. So the voltage source inverter is nothing but here it converts from DC to the AC, and here it allows us the variable frequency supply. As in module 3 I have explained about the variable frequency concept. Okay, so yes, variable frequency is required to get the torque capability. So if you are reducing the changing the speed of any induction motor to change the speed, so the same times what it will be happens, the torque capability will be reduced if you are going for stator voltage control. Okay, so to retain the torque capability, so what we have to do, we have to go for the V by F, V by F control. So hence the frequency variation is required. So it then the inverter is allows us this variable frequency. Okay, this is a very important point related to the voltage source inverter, which allows us the variable frequency supply to be obtained from a DC supply. Okay, here the figure is shown. Here figure is shown. The 6 transistors are used. Okay, 6 transistors are used. So now instead of transistor, they are using nowadays the self-commutated device. Okay, self-commutated device means no need of commutating the device. So it has the capability of self, such as MOSFET. MOSFET is used for low voltage. Put the here. Okay, so MOSFET is for low voltage applications we are using, whereas the IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, is used for up to the medium power level. Okay, and the GTO and IGCT are used for high power level. Okay, so here the information about the switching devices, one is MOSFET, IGBT, then GTO, IGCT. Okay, depending upon the level of power we are using. Okay, okay, now next is the voltage source inverter can be operated as a stepped wave inverter or pulse width modulated inverter, PWM. Okay, so we can operate as a stepped wave or the PWM. When operated as a stepped wave inverter, the transistors are switched in the sequence of their numbers with a time difference of T by 6, and each transistor is kept on for the duration T by 2. Okay, where the T is the time period for one cycle. Now here the resultant voltage waveforms. So the frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying the T. By varying the time period, we are obtaining the frequency variation, and the output voltage of the inverter is varied by the varying the DC input voltage. Okay, so here the output voltage can be varied by varying the input voltage, and the frequency is varied by varying the time period. This is a very important point, please note it. So V by F means voltage and the frequency both we need to vary. So this is the way which we are varying. Okay. So stepped away inverter line voltage waveform and PWM inverter line voltage waveform is shown here. Okay. So now the RMS value of fundamental phase voltage is given. V is equal to root 2 by pi Vd. Vd is the input voltage. Okay. Now the different scheme of the voltage source inverter controlled induction motor drives. So here the input is DC voltage, and we want here variable DC, so that the chopper is introduced. So the function of chopper is it converts fixed DC to the variable DC. The variable DC is given to the 6-step inverter, okay, through the filtering device. Okay, so capacitor, here the electrolytic filter capacitor C is connected in DC link to make inverter operation independent of rectifier or chopper, and to filter out harmonics in the DC link voltage. The function of this capacitor, I repeat here, to make the inverter operation independent of rectifier or chopper. Okay, independent of chopper or rectifier. So it will be gives a voltage here. Okay, so and the filter out the harmonics in DC link voltage. Harmonics it will be filter out. Now it will be given to the 6-step inverter, and inverter is connected to the induction mode. Okay, I conclude here. DC is fixed supply, chopper is used here. Chopper is used to convert the fixed to the variable, and it will be given to the 6-step inverter through this capacitor, electrolytic filter capacitor, and it will be connected to the induction motor. Now when the supply is AC, so control rectifier is used here. So here what it is there, the fixed the AC is given to the rectifier, it will be converted to the DC, but it is here controlled is used, hence the variable DC we will obtain, and again it will be fed to the 6-step inverter through the capacitor. Okay. Now third one is here, the figure C. DC supply is here and PWM inverter is used. Pulse width modulation inverter is. But here what it is there, when you are using this, the PWM inverter, so no need of the variable DC. Here it is given. If you are looking to this figure, the DC is given to the through this filter components C. Okay, so here what it is there, DC supply is given to the fixed DC is given to the PWM. So when you are connecting this PWM inverter, no arrangement is required for the variation of input DC voltage. Okay, so varying the PWM variation, we can control the voltage. So no need of the variation in input DC voltage. Hence, okay. Okay, when supply is AC supply, the diode bridge is given to make it AC to the DC, and it will be fed to the AC to DC diode bridge. Then the output of DC voltage is given to the PWM inverter. So as earlier I mentioned, no arrangement is required for variation input DC voltage, because when you are using the PWM inverter. Okay, these are the fundamental component in the output phase voltage of a PWM inverter operating with sinusoidal. PWM is given by V is equal to M Vd divided by 2 root 2. So where m is the modulation index. Okay. So when the PWM inverter is used instead of a stepped away, so these are the advantages we will obtain. Harmonics are reduced, low frequency harmonics are eliminated, losses are also reduced, and smooth motion is obtained at low speed. Okay, so these are the advantages when we are using the pulse width modulation. Okay, so the main drawbacks of stepped away inverter is the large harmonics of low frequency in output voltage. Okay. Next, because of low frequency harmonics, the motor losses are increased at all speeds, causing derating of the motor. These are the main drawbacks of the stepped away inverter. And continuation of the drawbacks. So develops pulsating torque due to 5th, 7th, 11th, 13th harmonics, which cause jerk motion of the motor at low speeds. Okay. The harmonics content in the motor current increases the low speed. The machine saturates at light loads at low speed due to high V by F ratio. Okay. These two effects overheat. Due to this, what it will be happens? It will be overheats machine at low speed, thus limiting the lowest speed to 40% of base speed. So these are the drawbacks of stepped away inverter. Next converter is called cycloconverter control. Cycloconverter control of induction motor allows variable frequency and variable voltage supply to be obtained from a fixed voltage and frequency AC supply. I repeat here, we can vary with help of this cycloconverter frequency and voltage supplied from a fixed voltage and fixed frequency AC supply. So this is half wave cycloconverter fed induction motor drives figure. Okay. Low harmonic content when operating at low frequencies. Smooth motion is obtained at low speeds. And here the harmonic content increases with frequency. So hence it limits the 40% of the source frequency. So hence the speed is restricted to 40% of synchronous speed of the main frequency. So here a motor with large leakage inductance is used in order to minimize derating and torque pulsation. So here the large inductance which it will be used to overcome or minimizing the derating and torque pulsation due to the harmonics in motor current. And very important point, please note it in cycloconverter, the drive has regenerative braking capability and 4-quadrant operation. Okay, when the 4-quadrant operation will obtain by reversing the phase sequence of motor terminal voltage. Okay, this is the very important points related to the cycloconverter. One is the regenerative braking capability, and second one is the drive when the 4-quadrant operation can be obtained, okay, by the reversing the phase sequence of motor terminal voltage. Since cycloconverter employs large number of thyristors, okay, it becomes economical, so acceptable only in large power drives. Okay, so hence as it is high power drives requiring good dynamics response but only low speed operations. Okay, so here cycloconverter control of induction motor drives has application in high power drives requiring good dynamic response but only low speed operations. These are the applications is mentioned here, ball mill and cement plant. Next one is the closed loop speed control. Okay, so closed loop speed control. So first I will worry on the blocks, how it is connected, and afterwards operation I will explain. Okay, so the motor is here, DC supply first, DC supply is given, okay, to the PWM inverter. As earlier I explained, the fixed DC is given here, so the variable we will obtain from this pulse width modulation inverter, and this is the motor is connected. Okay, so the motor speed is sensed by this speed sensor, and it will be given to the PI controller, proportional and integral controller, PI controller. Okay, so omega m and omega star m is your reference, and sleep regulator. So this is the sleep regulator. The function of sleep regulator is here, sets this sleep speed command. Here it will be set this sleep speed command omega star S1, whose maximum value is limited to limit the inverter current to a permissible value. So this is the function of the sleep regulator. Okay, so here the frequency, this is very important. Here we are obtaining the frequency. Okay, the by adding the actual speed omega m, actual speed omega m, I will clear once. Okay, so the how I am obtaining here f frequency, I'm explaining now. So the actual speed omega m and the omega star S1. So this it will be determines the frequency. Okay, I hope this part is clear and this part is over. Okay. Now here the flux control already I have discussed in the when I'm discussing about last class, means I have discussed. Okay. So I have discussed in the previous video lecture the flux control. So V by F relation, V by F relations. Okay, so this it will be maintains. Okay, it ensures the constant flux operation up to base speed and the operation at constant terminal voltage above base speed. So now I will explain the working. So here the step increase in speed command, if the omega star m produces a positive speed error, so step increase in the speed. Okay, so the step increase in speed command omega star m produces a positive speed error. Positive speed error it will be gives. Okay, so what it will be happen, the sleep speed command is set at the maximum value. This value it will be keeping in maximum value. Okay, the drive accelerate at the maximum permissible inverter current, producing the maximum available torque. So what it will be happens, it will be gives the maximum torque until the speed error is reduced to small value. So it will be goes on closed loop, it will be checks and it will be reduces the speed, because step increase the speed. Okay, if the step increasing is happens, so this is the what it will be happens, it will be gives here the step increase in the speed command omega star m produce positive speed error. The sleep speed commands omega star s1 set to the maximum value. The drive accelerate at the maximum permissible inverter current, producing the maximum available torque until the speed error is reduced to a small value. The drive finally settles at a sleep speed for which the motor torque balance the load torque. Okay. So this is the step increase. Now when a step decrease in speed command produce negative speed error. So now what it will be happens, the negative speed error it will be gives. Now the sleep speed command is set to the maximum negative value. The drive deaccelerate under regenerative braking. So what it will be happens, until the speed at the maximum permissible current and the maximum allowable braking torque, until the speed error is reduced to a small value. Okay, so now what it will be happens, the it will be goes on settle at the slip speed for which the motor torque equals the load torque. Okay, so now I will conclude here the operation. So I have mentioned here all the points. Okay, so this is the last slide. Anyhow, once I will conclude here that the what will be happens in the step increase in speed command. Okay, so what it will be happens step increase and decrease, two things I am concluding here. Once again, a step increase in speed command gives the positive speed error. Okay, and the omega star s1, so here this one omega star 1 will be maximum value. Okay, so drive will be accelerate. Okay, so like that it will be goes on closed loop operation, so that it will be reduces the error, and finally motor torque balance the load torque. Motor torque balances the load torque. This is the operation when step increase in the speed command. So now the when the step decrease in the speed command, what it will be happens, negative speed error. It is called negative speed error. Okay, it will be set to the maximum negative value. In this case, drive will be deaccelerate. Okay, I repeat here, the drive will be deaccelerate. Whereas in the positive, it will be accelerate. Like that, you have to remember it. Okay, so now it will be deaccelerate and the settles at the slip speed for which the motor torque again equals to the load torque. Again, motor torque will be equals to the load torque. Okay, so this is the explanation. So all the points I mentioned, so just you have to go through this. Okay, with this I conclude this video lecturing session. Okay, thank you.